darts from the Netherlands.
Well, welcome along to the Global Theatre in Riyadh and a new addition to the World Series of Darts. As the PDC continues to grow with its global reach of events, Saudi Arabia welcomes 8 of the world's elite dart stars, including 5 world champions of the sport, along with 8 of the best Asian players on the circuit for this inaugural Saudi Darts Masters. Riyadh season promises not only the £30,000 first prize for the man who lifts the trophy tomorrow evening, we also have the prospect, as we mentioned earlier, of the first ever Riyadh season bullseye should a player get a 9-dart finish during this tournament. If you get perfection, that player gets one further 10th dart of the bull to try and double the $100,000 on offer just for hitting the 9. We'll start with one of 3 Dutchmen here, Danny Noppert, ranked 10th in the world, taking on the man in your picture, the dangerous, heavy-scoring Hong Kong star, man Lok Leung, who does have a Dutchman as a prime scalp in his recent PDC adventures, having beaten Jan van Veen in the 2024 World Championship. Former world champ Mark Webster's hot-footed it from the stage to join me in our commentary position. We saw the 8 PDC elite players, Mark, make it through this stage without casualties in Bahrain last week, but if players like Leung here had improved even slightly on his doubling, we might have had a few more shocks, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I stand, but I think there was opportunities at times for the players to wrest a little bit of control of the regional qualifiers, and they didn't do that. This gentleman on our screen, Manlok, I felt that there was a chance to go 3-1 up against Jan, and had he done that, you never know what would have come of that contest, but they've just got to be a bit more clinical when they get that chance, just to put their opponent under pressure. This is a really good opening tie.
First to 6 legs makes it through to the quarterfinals at the start of tomorrow's session, and straight away Leung is popping in the 2 treble visits here, but it's Noppert who has the darts in this opening leg, who is, we mentioned in our introduction, had a terrific 2025, made it up as far as number 6 in the world, but now down to 10th in the world at the moment. Another 2 treble visit from Leung, bang on target for a break of throw in this first leg.
Yeah, he's well in control of this opening leg. First max 56 after 9 darts thrown.
You require 56.
Danny down to a finish, but this is what Manlok can do. This is what he did when he played Jan van Veen in that World Championship scalp a few years ago. That's an impressive opening leg against the dart, 11-dart break for Manlok.
That's much more like it compared to the doubling he had in Bahrain. Really struggled.
57.
Missed multiple. It was only 2 out of 14 attempts at double that he was successful with in his game against Jan van Veen, the man he beat at the World Championship 2 years ago. So he has a break of throw straight away, man Lok Leung from Hong Kong.
This is where he's got to go on the aggressive.
90.
Back that hold up with the break. Try and take control of the opening match here. He underwhelmed in the World Championships as well, Manlok, this year. What I thought would be a really good tie in the opening round against Ricky Evans, but Ricky won pretty comfortably. I thought it was a style that would suit with Manlok, but just didn't get to grips with Ricky.
97.
So he's still popping in the trebles early on here, man Lok Leung from Hong Kong. Helped Hong Kong to a first quarter-final in the World Cup of Darts last year with Lok Yin Lee, his compatriot.
Well, there's a great opportunity now for Manlok. Victorious on the Asian Tour in 2025 on a couple of occasions. He's one of those players as well that I'd really like to see take the next step. I think he's got everything in his arsenal to be a real talent. A good style, a good throwing action, a good pace, and there we see what he can do. Brilliant setup play, heading for a 2-leg lead. Unless
it won't go for the freeze, so chance to back up what he did in the first leg. 8-8 for Leung. Nicely done. 100% on his double so far. This is much better already than his performance on the outer ring last week in the Bahrain Darts Masters. And man Lok Leung putting the freeze under pressure early on.
16.
It's only early stages, but it equates to an average over 111 for Manlok. And he's finding that first dart. I'm not sure what happened there. He's stepping back as if he didn't mean to go for the ball.
Yeah. Doing exhibition stuff in the first throw.
105.
He'll be he'll be extremely disappointed because the first start was perfect to follow for Manlock. Likes to be above that top, just below that top wire and work his way.
When he knocked out Jan van Veen from the World Championship a couple of years ago, he hit 11 180s, which was a record for a first-round match. Really did catch the eye with that performance at the Alexandra Palace, and his treble scoring here so far is almost immaculate.
Yeah, there's a proper player in there, isn't there? He's a real beneficiary of the Asian Tour, being invited to these World Series events as well. He's been in the World Championship on a few occasions now. Plays in the World Cup. It is a big commitment, though, to come over and play on the main tour. He's got to time it right. So more experience needs to be gained. But showing what he can do when he's at it here, Manlock, and he's heading for a three-leg lead.
Yet another two-treble visit from Leung sets him up nicely for this potential 1-2-8, and the treble 18 is hit, and another single 18. So he's got one dart at double 16, and he's going to set it up. Sorry, for tops. So Noppert way back, 2-2-5 less these.
Yeah, and in a position where he could tee up, there was no reason to sort of bring the ball into play, and he's been able to lay up. And this is some start from Manlock. Brilliant dart, brilliant leg, and a brilliant performance so far. Average of 110, a couple of breaks a throw. 3 from 4 on the doubles. We had no qualifiers get through in Bahrain. But unless Danny Noppert can stop this barrage,
83.
Manlock is going to find himself in tomorrow's quarterfinals. He's halfway there.
Well, Danny, we mentioned what a great year he had in 2025, getting to the Masters semi-final, the Grand Prix semis, the Euros, the Grand Slam semi-finals. Lost the Hungarian Open final to Nico Springer in September as well.
137.
But right here, Lok Leung is giving him the sternest possible examination at the start of this Saudi Darts Masters. And another trebleless visit for the Freeze.
Yeah, and that indicates that you don't really get that from Danny much as well. It's just not happening. He can't settle. His opponent has settled and some.
He pops in 100 in the end there, just to help himself along, but Leung still finds himself half a dart ahead here, and he will be down to a finish with a treble.
58.
Not his best bit of counting, that, Manlock.
No.
Should have been back upstairs. But he's going to be okay.
57.
6 darts for a 4-leg lead.
Well, you can't ask for more than this as one of the Asian qualifiers to make it here, to be in such a strong position against a top 10 player. Slightly wayward with that dart at Bull, but he's on a finish now.
A little bit of indecision in his last 6 darts here, Manlock.
79. You require 121.
And he'll feel confident he's probably got a couple of visits. Treble 17 for the ball. May not need those couple of visits.
80.
It's worth a shot.
145.
So treble 15 would leave double top, but only single.
129.
It's the worst leg of the match so far. But if it does go the way of Manlock, he should get 2 darts at a double for a 4-leg lead. He knows how important this is. Taking a little step back, little nod of the head. This is big. And he's missed a trick here, offering Danny a way back into the match.
Inside, double 4 for Noppert to get something on the board here. Hasn't done it. Opportunity knocked there for Danny Noppert. He didn't take it, and now Leung, 3 more darts in hand at double 16 for a 4-0 lead.
Well, it's a scrappy leg, and that seems to have kicked right. Yeah, that looks awkward for Manlock. Well, it's all become a bit of a mess, this leg. 24 darts thrown for Lok Leung on his own throw.
And
finally, Danny Noppert gets something to show for his efforts. And what Lok Leung doesn't want to happen here, Webby, is what happened in the previous World Series event where he's doubling, letting down. I mentioned 2 successful darts at 14 at the outer ring. And we're now 3 from 10.
Yeah, and that's where it got unravelled slightly. He went on to lose the match 6-2, which indicates that there was no bother for Jan, but there was an opportunity in Bahrain for Manlok to lead 3-1. He's just got to settle himself back in here. He's still got a breaker-throw advantage. But signs that Danny's starting to settle now.
125.
A new venue. And Lok Leung
59.
has this terrific advantage here, halfway to knocking out the number 10 in the world. But Noppert's been in situations like these before. Noppert, fresh off the back of that dramatic defeat
78.
to Justin Hood at the World Championship, where he had a match start to beat Happy Feet.
Yeah, one of, if not the game of the tournament. Danny very unfortunate. As Manlok fires in his second match. It's getting back in the leg. Danny's looking really comfortable. And still should be fairly comfortable from here.
98.
So he's in good position here, Noppert, to get back within a leg. Leung trying to follow up that maximum. That's a good treble 17 to help him out, but Noppert should clean this up.
It can get tricky, 60 though, especially the way Danny's darts land. Opted not to move, and the right decision. This is more like it from Danny. Back-to-back legs, but that could be a real turning point. Not that leg, the previous leg. Manlok having plenty of opportunities for a 4-leg lead, and now all of a sudden, 3-2.
It's a good start, though. The psychology of what can happen to a player like Manlok, with the memory of what happened with his poor doubling in Bahrain fresh in the memory, could easily be playing on his mind. But that's a poor start to this 6th leg for Danny Noppert.
Danny got himself back in the match, but Manlok's building himself up a steady lead in this leg.
85.
Thanks for that last start from Danny.
One of the players that wears earplugs when he's up on that stage, Danny Noppert, to block out extraneous noise. I can just about read that. Good visit from Noppert, just to put a bit of pressure on Leung here. He's still 20-odd points ahead and get down to a finish, surely, if he stays straight, and does.
Well, it was around about this sort of stage that it unravelled in the 4th leg, Manlok. He just stuttered and he left 1-6-6 and he didn't build on that. And in the end, the leg got messy, and that's what got Danny a foothold in the tie.
Hugo require 145.
So, coming downstairs, picks off the treble 19. Treble 16 for double top. So close.
25.
It was a great
Danny
effort.
require 133.
Big ask this for Danny. So more opportunities for Manlok to restore a 2-leg cushion. Led 3-0. He's being pegged back.
Hugo, you require 20.
Not much of a marker. A little closer, but not much. Big dart for Lok Leung for a 4-2 lead. And the same result as the first two.
And you require 84.
We're all very much in the same position for Manlok. This for 3 apiece. Bullseye for Noppert. Wayward.
35. Hugo, you require
Well, we've been here
20.
before with Lok Leung. He had 3 darts in hand at double 16 and didn't take them. But that's much better. And a 2-leg lead is established once again by the man from Hong Kong.
60.
A celebration, but there'll be an element of relief in that dart as well. He's done a lot right in this match, Manlok. His average down around about 90 now. At the early stages, with breathtaking. So a couple of legs around about 110. Obviously been a drop-off with 11 darts, missed the doubles, but still has that breaker-through advantage.
If you can just keep the 2 treble visits going as he was doing earlier in the contest, then there's very little that Noppert can do unless the double trouble gets into his head later in legs. But Noppert hasn't put in a maximum yet. We've had 2 from Leung, and Noppert's average is barely 80.
And it's patchy from Danny. He made a real slow start. Those 3 legs are really damaging. Yeah, there we see the average. at 80.5. Not what we associate with Danny Noppert. Manlock, shake of the head again there for Danny. This is a huge opportunity now for Manlock to get 3 legs in front again, and what a crucial time to do it.
Again, a 2 treble visit at the very least, and a brilliant pick-off of 17s. Superbly done to get down to double 16 for a 5-2 lead.
Really decisive, that visit from Manlock.
You're going to require 32.
Now just that blocked the bed a bit, Webby.
Yeah, it has. He's just shuffled to the right, hasn't he?
Game sharpness, 7th place.
Benefit from a deflection there, hasn't he? What position he's in now, throwing for the place in tomorrow's quarter-final, and a potential clash with either Nathan Aspinall or Lawrence Lagan.
Yeah, they meet once again a little later this evening, having met in Bahrain. We've also got Luke Littler against Paul Lim matching up once again. Stephen Bunting take on Tomoya Goto next, and that might be sooner rather than later, because Danny Noppert is fighting to stay in this tournament against this man from Hong Kong,
60.
who is looking in a prime position here, although a trebleless visit doesn't help him. 11 trebleless visits apiece in this one.
Danny will keep fighting. This is some task he's got here. Manlock eager to get it done. Doesn't want to invite drama here. Got himself in a brilliant position. Opened up with 3 legs without reply. Was pegged back and has now got a double break advantage.
Well, he's down to a finish, Danny. What sort of pressure can Leung provide? Not much with a wayward 2 darts. That's a poor visit.
And you require 135.
Noppert with a bit of time to wrestle back one of those breaks.
59. Danny, you require
Well, we all want a 9-darter,
76.
especially the player that gets it if there's $200,000 on offer. Now, Noppert wants double 8. Across to the other side of the board.
68.
Just bent the wire. So close, but he'll be back.
Yeah. But the setup play, another treble 19 for Manlock.
95.
On this occasion, there's pressure on it for Danny. Just to peg a leg back, and he gets it. There's a break of throw, though. Manlock still with a bit of work to do. Good response from Danny.
And he wants to get on with it at the start of leg 9. Danny Noppert.
39.
It's a while since he's won on the Pro Tour, on the Players' Championship Tour, April 2024. The last time he was successful in the bread and butter tournaments that pepper the PDC calendar. Danny Noppert wanting a strong start to 2026 the way he started 2025. But at the moment,
56.
treblers visits are piling up for him. And Lok Leung just trying to stay straight here. And another 2 treble visit, Mark Webster.
Yeah, he's just not looked settled in the whole match, Danny. He couldn't have done a great deal about the opening few legs from Manlock. He came out the blocks really well. There's a lot of head shaking going on from Danny, and that's not something we associate with him. It's just been very stop-start. And when you're just constantly chasing in a match, it's like you're under the cosh all the time.
Not quite a finish for Lok Leung, but Noppert is way back here and not able to pressurise the score whatsoever.
Just shuffling, he just wants that 140 ideally. But he's way ahead in the leg. A really good last start. There's going to be match starts incoming. You might have a few of them if needed. Danny's looking a beaten man.
Yeah, the way those darts are being thrown, it's almost an admission that this game is beyond him. So, the man from Hong Kong needs 80 points. Double top for a surprise in our first match.
60.
Not to be at the moment.
He will be back, and all Danny can do is hit and hope. He's not really managed to get his average out the low 80s. He's just dipped below it now, Danny. The performance to forget. If Manlok can convert this double 10.
You require 20.
Great marker, just a bit of movement. Too far inside though. One dart left. And double 5 is hit. And Lok Leung causes a shock in our first match at the inaugural Saudi Arabia Darts Masters. Danny Noppert, the world number 10, is ousted by the man from Hong Kong, who wins by 6 legs to 3. Congratulations to him. He will take on the winner of Nathan Aspinall and Laurent Telagan. And so we have a surprise result to kick things off here in Riyadh. Plenty more to come tonight.